Here are some habits that could be hindering your hair growth. You might be wondering why your hair seems to be stuck on the same length for years. Here I'm going to give you some habit that you probably be doing right now that is hindering your hair from growing, that is stopping your hair from growing. This sounds like something you'd be interested in, then continue watching this video. If you're seeing this face for the first time, my name is Amara, and here we share everything hair, DIYs, and how to grow out your hair. So without further ado, let's get into this video. Number one habit is leaving your hair out. This is the habit that most people ignore. Leaving your hair out frequently exposes it to friction from clothes, wind, dryness, environmental factor. For 4C hair, which is naturally dry and prone to tangles and breakage. This can lead to breakage and split end, making it hard to retain length even if the hair is growing from the root. If you keep leaving your hair flying out like this, instead of styling it this way, just as you can see in this video, your hair is going to dry up and it will break. Number two is using of tail comb on the hair. Tail comb have these tiny fine tools that snags and rip and even tear through textured hair, just like 4C hair, especially when you use it on dry and tangled hair. They can cause unnecessary stress to the strands and lead to breakage. Breakage at various points of your hair shaft prevents you from retaining length and can also cause uneven damaged hair. I see no reason why someone with 4C hair will be trying to use a tail comb to comb through their hair. It makes no sense. Even in salons these days, that is what salon hairstylists are trying to use for our hair, and it's very, very wrong. If you're feeling dangerous, I advise you to just use a scissors and cut off the hair instead of pulling it out from the scalp directly. Use a wide tooth comb. That is what it is made for. Stop using a tail comb to try to comb out your hair. Number three is sleeping without protecting your hair. This habit, most of us are guilty of it. Sleeping without a satin pillow, sleeping without bonnet, sleeping without scarf. This can create friction between your hair and your bed or pillow. Cotton absorbs moisture, dries out the hair, and cause tangling and breakage overnight. Dry, brittle hair breaks off while you sleep. If you don't have a bonnet, which I know everybody does, it's inexpensive. But if you don't, you can use a scarf, just as I did in this video. Don't be damaging your hair and calling it being a lazy natural. No, you can't moisturize your hair and then go to bed and allow your cotton pillow or bed to absorb all the moisture you have just put into the hair. Number four, using rubber bands to style your hair. Like, people who still do this in 2025, like, I don't really understand. Apart from making you look tacky, rubber band, especially without protective coating, grips tightly to the hair. It can rip off your hair from the root when you're trying to remove it. They can also cause tension on the hair shaft and on the scalp, leading to thinning edge and traction alopecia over time. This is like the quickest way to lose your edges. When your hair is pulled from the root, it damages your scalp and hair follicle, which can slow growth and even cause permanent hair loss in that area. So for the good of your hair, ditch this rubber band, all right? Ditch this rubber band. Get a band that have coating around it that can easily style your hair without snapping or gripping your hair so tight to the point that when you're trying to remove it, your hair will pull off. I mean, these safe bands are inexpensive, and you can also get very cheap scrunchies to always pack your hair instead of using the rubber band that guarantees hair loss. We do not want hair loss, do we? So it is advisable you get something safe. Number five, skipping deep conditioning. Like, I can't even imagine doing 4C hair without deep conditioning. Just imagine the absence of moisture in 4C hair. Do you know how brutal that would be? Deep conditioning restores moisture, elasticity, and strength to your hair. Skipping it means your hair will remain dry, brittle, and prone to breakage, especially after washing your hair with a shampoo, especially when you use a sulfate shampoo or any heat styling tools. Your hair tends to be so dry, so if you skip deep conditioning, your hair will break. Number 6, using shea butter on the scalp. I know a lot of people are guilty of this habit. Like, I still don't understand why anyone would want to use shea butter on their scalp, but people still do it anyway. Shea butter is great for the hair as a sealant. Shea butter is excellent for sealing moisture into the hair, but it is too heavy on the scalp. It can clog your pores, it can trap dirt, and it can prevent your scalp from breathing. Using shea butter on your scalp can disrupt the follicle environment needed for healthy hair growth. If at this time and age you still use shea butter on your scalp, how is your hair doing? Let me know, please. I'm very curious. I want to know how your hair is doing. You are making the innocent hair suffer. Number 7, combing from root to tip. This is a terrible habit because combing your hair from the roots pulls and drag tangles down the entire hair shaft, causing snap off breakage, especially in coily or kinky hair. Always detangle from the ends upwards to gently remove knots without ripping the hair off. Aggressive combing from the roots to the tips leads to excessive breakage and loss of length. Also, before you start to comb, hold the hair to avoid pulling and snapping from the roots. Also, do not comb your entire head of hair at the same time. Section it into smaller parts and comb. Number 8, skipping wash days. You have the right to be a lazy natural, but going around with dirty hair is negligent and you should be charged for that. You are doing your hair more harm than good because the dirt, the oils, the product buildup will block your hair follicle and slow your growth. Dirty scalp leads to itchiness, inflammation, and even hair loss. Also, hair growth oils and treatments can work on a dirty scalp. Dirty scalp increases the risk of dandruff and scalp irritations. Final thought: your hair is growing, but your habits may be working against your length retention and scalp health. Small changes like protective style, gentle detangling, friendly scalp products, and regular deep conditioning can make a big difference over time.